Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing Leetcode 11, container with the most water using Python. This is going to be a medium Leetcode question, but it's not hard at all once you understand it. So we're giving an array of integers, or like a list of numbers. It's going to be called height. So let's look at this list right here. Each one of these numbers represents like a bar in the bar graph. So 1's the smallest bar. 8's the biggest, tallest bar. 6 is a little smaller than 8, smaller bar. Okay, so that's all you need to know from that. You need to find two lines together along with the x-axis to form a container which contains the most water, hence the name. So in order to find like the container with the most water, we have to find the area. I like to think of this as a tub. So a tub, like however much water you could fill in it is like the area in this case. Imagine this is a 2D tub. And so in order to find the area, we need to find the length, which would be the x-axis, times the height or the width, which would be one of these bars. But in like in a tub in real life, all the walls have to be the same size because if one is bigger, if you look at this red bar, if one is bigger and one is smaller, the water is gonna like, or it's gonna like flow out of the smaller size. So if we have two bars of different sizes, we're gonna use a smaller one. If one is bigger, we're gonna use a smaller one so the water doesn't like flow out. And then we're gonna return the max amount of water or just like the area. So let's actually code it up. So for this, we're gonna be using two pointers. First pointer starts at 0, at index 0 of the array, or at 1, and the last pointer starts at like the end of the array, or the length of the array minus 1. So you could say left equals 0 because its array started 0. We could say right equals, we'll say the length of the array, which is called height, minus 1. So first pointer here, second pointer here, and then we're going to bring in the pointers and like start doing comparisons. You kind of see what I mean right now. And then we'll have another variable, we'll call it max number, set that equal to 0. So we're going to have the max number, and then we're going to compare it to itself, and then compare it times the area. And if the area is bigger than the original max number, in this case it's going to be because it's 0, we're going to update it. And I said we're going to be using two pointers, so we can have a while loop, while left is less than right. So like in this case, we're going to start here, start here. Once left is greater than right, we're done, because you really can't do any more comparisons because you did them all. Okay, once that's the case, remember how I said if one bar is bigger than the other one, the water is going to flow out? So we're going to be using the smaller bar to calculate the area. So we can say if height at left, so the number, so let's say the pointer, which represents the left, is smaller than the one on the right. So in this case, 1 is smaller than 7, so we're going to use 1. So we can say if height at left smaller than, spell this right, H-E-I-G-T, and then height at right, so this pointer is going to be, this number right here, 1, is smaller than 7, so we're going to be using 1. Because if we use 7, all the water will just flow out because it's way taller. So if that's the case, we're going to calculate the max, like the max area. So we're going to store inside a max number. But we could do that. We could use max number equals to max. And then we're going to compare max number to itself. And then we're also going to compare it. It's max returns like the biggest of two numbers. So max number. And then we're also going to compare it to the actual area. So we're going to be calculating the area here. So we could say height at left, which is the width, times the length, which we could say as, you could say the length is right minus left. So here we're doing a calculation. If the original max number is bigger, it's going to be stored inside a max number. But if like the new area is bigger, we're going to store the new area inside of max number. And this is the case if the number at the left pointer is smaller than the number at the right pointer. Because remember, we can have a tub with two walls that are different sizes. One's bigger, it's going to flow out the smaller one. So we're going to use a smaller one to find the area. And then we're going to bring in the left pointer in. The way we could bring the left pointer in, we could say left plus equals 1. So we start at 0, and now we add 1, so now we're right here in the array. We're at 1, which corresponds to 8. If we add 1 to that, we'll be at 2, which corresponds to 6, because remember there's 0 base. 0, 1, 2. That's the case if like the number at the left pointer is bigger, but we can just have an else statement. If that's not the case, that means the number at the right pointer is bigger. We don't even have to add. We don't even have to type the actual conditions. We can say max number. We're gonna do the same thing. Max number equals to the max function, and then we're gonna compare max number again. and then we're going to calculate the area. But in this case, if left is not bigger, if left is not smaller, right is smaller. So we're going to say height at right, which is the width, times the length, which is right minus left. When we say minus left, when we say height, when we say right minus left, we're saying the right minus the left pointer, which would be this one minus this one, just to find like the length. That's all we're doing. And then we could bring that pointer in, right minus equals 1. Remember, it starts at 0. This starts at the end of like the list. Say this has 8 elements, it's going to be 7. The way we bring it in, we subtract them. Now we're at 6, 5, 4, and so on. And then we just return the max number. And if I didn't spell anything incorrectly, we should be done. I think I misspelled it. I think this one's misspelled, or one of these is misspelled. That should be it now. Yep. And now we'll submit, and it should be good to go first try. Perfect. So we beat 94% of people, which is good. The memory could be better, but yeah, that's it. Hopefully you understand a little bit better.